Hey guys, what's going on? So elemental earth farming is becoming pretty popular. Now people are using this to get ready for phase 5 and AQ40 in particular. The elemental earth is used for greater nature protection potions, and this is going to become quite useful in terms of getting ready for AQ40. This farm is great for you to load up on potions yourself, or it's a way for you to make some pretty good gold per hour. I'll get into the gold per hour a little later. It's not an exact science, obviously. It depends on how well you can do this farm, and then also how lucky you get in terms of the drop rate. But it is pretty good, and it is going to be one of those decent gold per hour farms that you can do before phase 5 and probably leading into phase 5 as well. So first thing you need to do is you need to make your way up to where Landslide is. He is the boss, the big rock boss that a lot of times groups kind of pass over when they're doing Maraudon. He's out of the way and he doesn't drop that great of gear. So you might not have actually ever done him before. What he does is he has an ability where he summons some little rock shardlings, and these shardlings will attack you for 1 minute and then they will die. Now, you don't have to do any damage to them for them to die. They just die after 1 minute. However, if you do tag them with any ability, so any kind of damage ability that does damage to them, they will allow you to loot them after the minute when they die. Now, this excludes damage that is just passive damage. So even though they're immune to thorns, any type of damage that is just applied to them, so say like you have a fire shield on you and it's doing damage when they hit you, that won't count. You have to actually do some direct damage to them. So what I use is a rank 1 Moonfire in order to save on mana but get the tag on the mob so that I can loot them. Now, you need to do a little bit of preparing in order to get this farm ready. You need to kill all of the wandering packs that are basically patrolling up and down this corridor. So there's going to be 3 rock giants that you need to kill. 2 are right outside of Landslide's door, and then 1 is patrolling. And then there should be 3 packs of these shardlings that are also patrolling that you need to kill in order to kind of do this efficiently and quickly. You do need to kill these packs, but as soon as you kill these packs, then you'll be able to farm in this area for 2 hours without any kind of issue whatsoever. The reason I say 2 hours is that's when instance or dungeon mobs will reset. So after 2 hours, you'll have to re-kill these packs, but you'll be able to farm this for 2 hours straight without having any issues. The reason this farm is so strong is because you can efficiently do it for pretty much the whole time you're playing, and you don't have to reset any dungeons. You don't have to run back. You don't have to run out. It's very, very nice in order to just continually farm for hours and hours. Obviously, you'll get a little bit mundane and you'll have to go vendor, but it's a very, very good farm. And I would say this farm is better than the farm that you can do for mages, which is an AoE farm of gathering up all the different packs of these shardlings. So what we need to do is, after we've cleared all of these patrols, what we're going to do is head up to Landslide. Now, Landslide himself does quite a lot of damage, and he moves relatively quick. Now, you can outrun him just barely if you have speed enchant to your boots. However, the way I see this is much easier to do, and it's going to make this farm a lot more enjoyable and less stressful, is if you actually kite him down the ramp, which is why we cleared all of these patrols. We kite him down the ramp and get him to as close to 1% as we can. Once he reaches that very low health percentage, what's going to happen is he's going to move extremely slowly, and this allows you to basically kite him forever without him actually killing you. And the good thing about this is we leave him alive so he can continually summon these rock shardlings. Now, again, like I said, these rock shardlings are what we're after. We just need to tag them with a rank 1 Moonfire or hit them with a swipe in bear form, and we can basically continually farm this forever. The great thing about a druid is that once you get a little bit low on mana from using Moonfire all the time and keeping a rejuvenation up on you so that you stay alive, the great thing is you can just go into bear form or you can use Innervate. So I use both of these tools to allow me to regen some mana. In terms of what gear you should be wearing, it's a good idea to use some armor rings or some armor trinkets that you would use when you're tanking in bear, just because this is going to allow you to soak up a little bit more damage. And then I would be using plus healing gear, just stuff that you'd use for raiding or doing dungeons as a healer. This is going to be a doable farm in really any spec whatsoever. It's nice to have NS, so if you get really low on health, you can quickly heal yourself. But pretty much the only thing you need is to have a good mana pool, some decent MP5. Obviously, the 3 set of tier 2 helps with your mana regeneration a lot, and then also picking up the 15% 15% mana regeneration talent within the restoration tree is also going to help a lot. And one thing that I should tell you guys is, I know you see me tagging the shardlings as I'm kiting Landslide to get him to low health, but don't worry about tagging them. It's not really important. Right now what we're focusing on is just getting Landslide low health and then getting him back to the area that he spawns at. Now he does a knock away, which obviously does exactly what it says, which knocks you away. And if you fall off any ledge or jump off any ledge, he's going to just teleport you back to himself. I don't know if this is something that was added later because of some kind of bug. I think there was other farming methods that you could do in this general sense, and he would more or less be able to be done forever without any kind of issues. So they I think they did a patch where he summons you back to him. So if you fall off a ledge or anything trying to escape, he's just gonna summon you right back to his location. So just know that. But anyways, as you can see, we're getting him low and we're getting him back to the area where he resides in the dungeon, and this will allow us to kite him around with him moving very slow, as I stated. The one thing that is important to note is, obviously when it comes to YouTube videos, you're only going to see people posting the videos of them doing this successfully. So if you're going to go and do this farm, don't get frustrated that you're dying several times. In the filming of this video, I died a lot of times before I figured out exactly how to do it. I was initially trying to kill Landslide without kiting him down the hill and getting him low health. He moved just far too quickly for me to do that. And you just kind of slowly learn over time how to do this. So I discovered that it would help if I got him to very low health, because as you can see, he moves extremely slow at this point and I can easily kite him. Now, one thing that is very important is, just because he's low health, do not get complacent. You need to make sure he stays far away from you, because like I said, he does that knockaway ability, and that can really hurt you in terms of getting you out of position. And then also, if he is in line of sight when he summons his shardlings, he stuns you for the duration of the summon, which also can be very detrimental, obviously, to your health bar, because you'll be stunned and you'll be taking damage from all these shardlings. Another thing to note is that these shardlings can do quite a bit of damage when they all start stacking up and you have quite a lot of them. So as I said before, you can go into bear form and soak up a lot of this damage, and that's why having something like Warden Staff or just a bunch of plus armor trinkets and things like that will help you soak up a lot of this damage. Now, as you can see, I just kind of loot these shardlings as he's moving around. He moves slow enough that I have time to stop and heal if I need to. Just use your Innervate off of cooldown and all that kind of stuff, and you'll be fine. You can efficiently do this for quite some time. I did it upwards of 20 minutes the other day before I finally just jumped down to try and reset him, and then I obviously forgot that he will just port you back up, and then I died. But you can pretty much do this farm forever if you just rotate Innervates, using bear form, using frenzied regeneration in bear form, and all those different tools. It makes things pretty easy that way. You will find that you fill up your bags fairly quickly with rock. You can obviously vendor these, but they do, you can delete these from your bags to make more room, but they do vendor for quite a decent amount. So if you're after gold, I would just, make sure you have really clear bags before you go in, and then just after a while reset by dying or running down the ramp. You can run down the ramp and run out of the instance that way. And that way you can sell those items and get some gold for those as well. In terms of the gold per hour, guys, I know I said that it's really up in the air, and that's pretty much it. In 20 minutes of farming, I got roughly 5 elemental earths, but I could have just gotten lucky or I could have gotten unlucky. The drop chance is about 4% for elemental earths, and he's summoning rock shardlings every 15 to 20 seconds, and there's 3 to 4 rock shardlings. So if you want to do the math to really find out what it's like, you could do that, but it's definitely a good gold farm for sure. And the great thing is you also get a lot of greens randomly from these rock shardlings as well, and they vendor between anywhere from 50 silver all the way up to 3 gold. If you get a 2-handed weapon green, they sell for a lot. So the gold here is really, really good, and also it's going to help you prepare for AQ40. That's what I'm trying to say, AQ40. So anyways, guys, hope this video was helpful. Big shout out to Synergy, who told me about this farm and asked me if I could go check it out. I didn't know anything about this, so thanks to him, I was able to learn and share this with you guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.